What's up, YouTube fam? It's Ron here with your Social Security and $200 SSI increase update, plus an urgent warning about Social Security, important changes that you guys need to know about in Social Security, and of course, all of the proposals that are on Congress's table right now for that long-awaited $200 SSI increase, including President Biden's long-standing campaign promise to raise Social Security up to the $1,341 or 125% of the federal poverty level. Lots of exciting things are going to be happening for Social Security. Definitely stay tuned, you guys. But first, I want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I really hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. And for those who are brand new to the channel, we cover all things Social Security, stimulus checks, personal finance, investing, stock market updates. So if you have not already, definitely subscribe to the channel. And a really big thanks, as usual, for always lighting up the like button and making my day. I really appreciate you guys. I really feel like we're a big, huge family. So thank you guys so very, very much. But I'll be sure to make it worth your while today as we get into the latest and most accurate updates. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Watch out, guys. Social Security benefits may be on the chopping block as the current Social Security trustee reports declared that Social Security will only be able to meet current obligations until the year 2035. By that time, either Congress will act to shore up the program or recipients will see a 21% reduction in their benefits that will grow to a 27% reduction. That's really not good news there. Now it gets worse. Medicare is projected to be able to pay scheduled benefits through 2026, when a 10% reduction is projected without congressional intervention. Now let's really hope that our lawmakers will finally see this Social Security cliff that we're heading off to and finally get moving on some major Social Security changes. Sooner is definitely better than later, am I right, guys? President Biden has made some serious promises way back during his presidential campaign. Chief among them is increasing Social Security payroll taxes for those making $400,000 and up. Now that would definitely help shore up Social Security programs and pay for the proposed benefit increases, including a raise to the minimum Social Security benefit of at least 125% of the federal poverty level. Now that's about $1,341 monthly for you guys, so an increase of $547 per month. Comment down below for me and let me know what you guys would do with an extra $547 per month. Would you invest that amount of money? Would you save it? Would you get caught up on bills? Maybe make some contributions to charity? Maybe help someone out? Let me know what you guys would do with an extra $547 per month. I'd love to hear from you guys on this one. I think we can count that as the long-awaited $200 monthly SSI increase plus interest. Now, aside from this base increase, his campaign platform includes the following proposals that could modestly increase benefits for some recipients. Using the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, the CPIE, to calculate Social Security cost of living adjustments, also known as the COLAs, to better reflect the rising expenses that seniors face. A minimum benefit of 125% of the federal poverty level for people who worked 30 years, gradually increasing benefits by 5% for those who have received Social Security for 20 years or more. Now that part about the CPIE is a very big deal as the current formula we use, the COLA, doesn't quite capture the realities of our Social Security recipients today. The Consumer Price Index of the elderly grew at a rate of 3.1% compared to 2.9% for the standard consumer price index from years 1982 to 2011. Now that might not seem like very much, but think of that compounding every year and it can really add and build up. That's the change that Representative John Garamendi recently introduced in his new bill, the Fair COLA for Seniors Act of 2021. Any addition to your monthly Social Security payments could really help out, especially with healthcare, food, rent, gas, and long-term care all on the rise. None of that's getting any cheaper, is it? I mean, every time I turn around, gas prices are higher, food prices are higher, heck, even rent is going through the roof. We covered the impending rent explosion in a previous video, and you can watch that video right after this one so that you can find out how to prepare for your rent possibly doubling within the year. The Senior Citizens League compiled data on the rising costs that affect retirees the most. Now, here's their graph. With costs going up like this, the 2022 Social Security COLA could be the biggest in years, even without the bill. The Senior Citizens League has estimated the Social Security COLA could be around 6.1% based on consumer price index data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics through June. But it may not be enough to cover all of the rising costs that retirees face. And this is exactly why the group and many seniors are pushing for a guaranteed minimum of annual Social Security benefit increases. Now, according to the league's poll of over 1,125 participants, 62% of retirees support this. Working on this now is a bicameral group of dozens of lawmakers led by Representative Jamal Bowman, Senator Bernie Sanders, and other prominent progressives. Now, this group sent a letter urging President Biden to include desperately needed improvements to the Supplemental Security Income Program in his forthcoming American Families Plan. Now, according to the letter, we ask that you devote particular attention to the lowest income, disabled, and older Americans. And so they're including SSDI in this one, who are all too frequently left behind. Now, amen to that, right? Now, first and foremost, the bicameral group wants to raise the monthly benefit to above the federal poverty line. Now, as they pointed out, SSI benefits currently stand at $794 a month, which is far below the poverty line. And so that's why they're asking for President Biden to increase federal SSI benefits to at least 100% of the federal poverty line. Now, for one person, that's already $12,880. Divided by 12 months, that is $1,073.33. $279.33 more than what SSI recipients are currently getting. After that, the number just gets bigger with an additional $4,540 per person in the household. Now, they may go the extra mile here and raise that number to reach President Biden's 125% of the federal poverty line, meaning an above $500 increase. Now, this is huge, guys. Now, we definitely don't want to just stick to the federal poverty line, right? On top of that, the bicameral proposal calls for reducing the income exclusions that take benefits away from those who are earning a bit of income and removing penalties for those who are married and receiving shelter, meals, and groceries from friends and family. Overall, higher benefits and smaller deductions are the gist of the proposal. Sounds pretty good to me. Now, aside from that, we're also seeing some new proposals on Congress's table for improving Social Security. President of Social Security Works, Nancy Altman, predicts sometime this summer there will be a Social Security plan. Senator Mitt Romney proposed a bill called the Trust Act to form bipartisan committees could come up with solutions to fast-track changes to fix the funds for Social Security, Medicare, and the nation's highways. The bill already has bipartisan support, but there's just the worry that these committees may ultimately decide to cut Social Security benefits. Obviously, we can't allow that to happen. Now, according to Max Rickman, president and CEO of the National Committee to Preserve Social Security Medicare, the Romney plan is a way to cut benefits and leave very little fingerprints from members of Congress on how that's done. Pretty scary, huh? One way or another, though, we're definitely going to see some developments here. Now, generally, that will include either benefit cuts, tax increases, or a combination of both. Another proposal they could possibly reintroduce is the Social Security 2100 Act, led by Representative John Larson. Now, this would pay for the Social Security money and even add on to the benefits through payroll tax increases. There's also the Social Security 2100 Act from Congressman John B. Larson, and aside from a 2% of the average benefit for all beneficiaries, the bill wants to raise the new minimum benefit to 25% above the poverty line, and that will be tied to wage levels to ensure that the minimum benefit does not fall behind. Oh, and don't forget the proposal from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senator Ron Wyden, and Senator Elizabeth Warren to increase benefits by $200 per month for all Social Security beneficiaries. People on Social Security are really struggling, as Social Security headlines say, "I can't live on $709 a month." Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you can relate to this. Millions of Americans who are either senior, disabled, or survivors of a deceased worker rely on Social Security benefits for the majority of their income, but the average benefit of just over $1,500 a month does not provide enough income to cover basic necessities. Nancy Reynolds, age 74, of Cape Canaveral, Florida, works as a cashier at Walmart while struggling to make ends meet on her work income and Social Security benefits of just $709 a month. Now, she said, "The government is failing all of us seniors. We have to choose between whether we eat or go to the doctor. Do we eat or do we buy medicine? The struggle is out there even though I'm working. I'm wondering how long I am going to have my home. How long am I going to be able to pay for it? Should I buy a tent now and store it? Because if I lose my job, I'll be homeless because no one wants to hire a 74-year-old. What about you guys? Is your situation a bit similar to this? Let us know what it's like in the comments so the people and even Congress can know more about it. Now, hopefully, we see things improve with SSA Commissioner Andrew Saul getting fired and Kololo Kajazi coming in. Now, according to Nancy Altman, president of the advocacy group Social Security Works, Saul came in not knowing anything about Social Security, and that should disqualify anybody. Now, hopefully, we'll see some good changes with the change in leadership. The SSA is also getting a pay raise with an additional $1.3 billion or 9.7% increase in their budget. Now, their big hope for the new money: better customer service. The last word from them is they want to address areas including wait times and backlogs, community outreach to vulnerable populations, and technology upgrades. They also cited some numbers that they want to reach. They want to bring the annual average for decision down to 270 days in the fiscal year 2022 from 386 days in fiscal year 2020. They want to increase the number of initial disability claims reported by 720,000 to 2,757,000 in fiscal year 2022, with 2,037,000 in fiscal year 2020. Lastly, they also want to lower the 800 number wait times to 12 minutes in 2022 from 16 minutes in 2020. Now, some interesting quality of life improvements at least here. Another Social Security issue that they're tackling in Congress is the paperwork nightmare that people have to go through. How many of you guys had to jump through incredible hoops just to get Social Security? According to Committee Social Security Subcommittee Chair Sherrod Brown, SSI applications and awards are at historic lows. Not to mention, you basically need a law degree to apply. Currently, the application is 23 pages long. Guys, 23 pages long? I mean, 23 pages for an application, is that right? I mean, that just seems like impossible to get through. And that's why they're working with advocacy groups to simplify the application and put it online. They're also expanding the services through online video platforms to have staffers communicate with recipients virtually and have more Social Security services online. Now, on a bigger scale, Congress is aiming to help out those on Social Security by expanding Medicare and lowering prescription drug prices in the $3.5 trillion stimulus package that they're planning to pass through their 50 Democratic Senate votes.
It is outrageous that millions of seniors have trouble eating because they can't afford dentures.
You know, when you've got just Social Security, it only goes so far, so you got to be pretty economical. It's exactly what it is picking priorities, and sometimes your teeth can't be your first one.
If Medicare was expanded to include dental coverage, eyeglasses, hearing aids, and that would really improve people's quality of life and financial stability.
I got 2 teeth missing. I'd like to have. I couldn't afford to keep them because I didn't have the $1,500, $1,600 to have them capped or a replacement for them, as far as that goes. And I got real heart troubles, which the teeth, if they're infected, it gives you a chance to get that infection in your bloodstream and kill you a little quicker. And I just think it's part of your health. And I think it needs to be addressed along with your hearing and your eyesight.
The one thing that is often lacking in insurance is prevention, that a relatively small amount of money for something like dental cleanings on a regular basis would be able to prevent people from needing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 dentures.
There is growing support to at least right now expand Medicare to cover dental, to cover hearing, to cover eyeglasses.
People are still driving with the glasses they got 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. It's frequently not safe for them or other people on the road, but they're doing what they have to do because they have to get to the grocery store, the doctor. People need to be able to hear, to be able to interact, to be able to maybe have a job and have some extra income. All of those things are really dependent on those services, on those things being provided.
It's time this country had insurance, health care for all and in all phases of health care. They'll tell you it's time to get a colonoscopy to protect your health, but we're not going to have you go to the dentist and get that rotten tooth that's getting an infection into your bloodstream, or let you go around deaf or blind. It just doesn't make sense.
Now, here's an interesting comparison from Senator Bernie Sanders on insulin prices around the world. From Canada's price of $12, that's in Canada, by the way, a country that's right next to ours, it jumped sky high to $98 in the US. Now, according to my research, patients with type 1 diabetes typically require 2 or 3 vials of insulin per month, but patients who are more resistant to insulin, such as those with type 2 diabetes, may require 6 or more. That means a big difference of anywhere between $172 and $516 a month if this gets done. Now, how many people have diabetes in the United States, right? 34.2 million Americans, just over 1 in 10 people. 88 million American adults, approximately 1 in 3 have pre-diabetes. I wonder how many members of our community have diabetes right now. And that's just one of the drugs that we could get a much needed discount on with this new form of stimulus. Let's see how this turns out when they release the final details soon. Anybody here on maintenance medication? Drop me a comment down below. We'll definitely watch out for more developments on that and other proposals in the near future. I'll definitely be sure to keep you guys updated in my coming videos. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out. And if you have any friends, loved ones on Social Security, be sure to share this video with them so that they can get all of the updates as well. Also, if you have more Social Security and stimulus related questions, don't hesitate to drop me a comment down below. Oh, and have you guys checked out our brand new membership program? Just click on the join button right next to subscribe to take part of the next exciting chapter of our Ron Yates community. Your support definitely means so much. Thank you guys so much. So anyway, guys, that's all for your Social Security and $200 SSI increase update, plus an urgent warning about Social Security, important changes in Social Security, and all of the different proposals on Congress's table right now for that long-awaited $200 SSI increase, including President Biden's long-standing campaign promise to raise Social Security up to $1,341 or 125% of the federal poverty level. And I hope you guys appreciated everything we covered today. As always, thank you guys so very, very much for liking this video. I really appreciate your support. It does take a while to put these videos together and get them out to you. I really hope that you guys appreciate what we're sharing. And definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That way you're notified as soon as we release new videos and content. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and be safe. Oh yeah, and don't forget to check out that rental assistance program. Probably about maybe 10 videos back. Lots of good information if you guys are on the verge of facing evictions, and it kind of gives you some strategies on how you can avoid eviction. Be sure to check out that video after this one. Take care.